All right, so these are the pretties that I got. In the net we go. Yo, what is up, all you Stone Cold, Superfly, Illmatic Fish Keep fucking Delos watching Aquafunk Aquatics with me, Aquafunk. Listen, today's Memorial Day. I'm a vet, so I'm like, I'm gonna do something for me. And I recently just hooked up with a dude. I just met him. He lives in the area, and well, we didn't just meet, but you know, we met. Anyway, he's a cool dude. He lives in the area, and he is a fish fanatic like us. So I'm like, yo, could this really be happening? Could I have really found a fish bestie? I don't know. Time will tell. But I was like, look, what am I gonna do today? I mean, I could be rescaping this tank back here. I cleaned the plants, all the algae off the plants. I could be working on my outdoor tubs, but I'm like, nah, let's go look at some fish. And I was determined to only look, possibly film, but definitely not buy. Okay, here we go. We're at Marine Aquarium Warehouse. I really like this store. I like the size of it because it's not like a small store, but it's not like one of those pet stores or fish stores that used to be a supermarket. So it's like the perfect size. It's got just the right amount of stuff, the stuff that you need without a whole bunch of other stuff that is very unnecessary. It's good. I like it. Hey, look at the shark munching on a little clownfish. Nom, 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 nom. So the whole time I'm out there, I'm looking, right? What can I get in the future that I can use in some of my tanks? And right now, this tank right here is something that I'm interested in doing something with. And this is my 40 breeder with the bluegill. I just recently added a wild sailfin molly, and I have some dither fish in the form of jewels. So I was looking to see what I could put in with them in the future. Alright, so right when you walk in, you see a nice little saltwater display. Look at these clowns. This store has really cool clowns. I really want a clown. And all this is their little coral section. They got a lot of corals or frags or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, underneath this blue light, they kind of look like Play-Doh to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, I've never been a big coral guy, so I kind of just look down and see blobs of color. So, but I mean, hey, and that's Daniel right there. He's the dude, look, with his scruffy beard. There's another little angle of how big. Look at all that salt water right there. All of that. You know, another view of how big the store is. This is not going to be your ordinary type of fish store tour, because some of these saltwater fish, I forget the name. Like this one, this is a puffer, and this is a good example of what happens when you leave government cheese out too close next to water for too long. It turns into this. As I said, this is a ordinary fish store tour, because I'm gonna be making up a lot of stuff, so please do not take what I say to heart. I'm full of it. Look at that tang. That's a nasal tang, or is it? Oh, that's a trigger, or is it? These I'm gonna call these yellow and white long mouth fish. I believe that's the technical term for it. And look, more clowns, and all these are different. When I first started getting into saltwater fish way back in the day, we only have a handful of clowns, and those were like the natural coloration and patterning of clowns. I'm gonna do the saltwater first, obviously, and then later on in the video I'm gonna go ahead and do the freshwater. But check out these dudes. I just wanted to look at that. Look at that. Those are pink purple boxfish. That's what I believe they're called. Don't quote me on that. And this hold up, wait. If you like bristlenose plecos, you would really like this. They call it a file fish. I don't know why they call it a file fish. They should call it a weird
appendage thingies coming off your body, fish. Oh, check out this. Hey, if you ever seen Warrior Planet tanks, you see that fish right there? It's a saltwater fish. Warrior Planet tanks turned it into a brackish water lagoon fish. Really cool. So it's pretty much half and half freshwater, and he turned it in. I mean, it's a saltwater fish, but he turned it into a brackish. And check out this beauty. I ain't gonna lie to you, this would make me want to do a saltwater tank if I saw this. If I walked in here thinking about it, that would push me over the edge. That thing right there. Hippo, I don't know why they call it hippo tanks, those blue ones, but that's what they're called. More fish, more fish. Hey, now this one was cool because I said at one point saltwater fish aren't really that personable, but this one, this nasal tank that they have in this frag tank, it seemed really personable, like it would come up to people. So I might have to take that comment back, but I'm way too vain to actually do it, so I'm still gonna go with saltwater fish aren't personable. Look at these clowns. Look at their face. I love your face, clown. I love your face. I don't know what that up and down movement is. Maybe he's having a stroke, but cool face though. Oh, look at this. This is a wrasse. Saltwater fish are very, very colorful. I can't take that away from them. But what else we got coming up here? Look at these. I'm gonna call these Fu Manchu fish. I think they're called goat fish, but I love their little appendages on the face, like a Fu Manchu, like a Wu-Tang monk, Shaolin monk type of dude. Clown trigger. Gotta love the clown trigger and the little angel right there. But look at that clown trigger. Swizzit. I like it a lot. What else next? I think I know what's coming up next. Let's see. Am I right? No, that's not the one. That's a purple yellowfish. Is, I believe, the technical name for it. Here we go. This is the one. This is a harlequin tusk fish, I believe it's called.
They had a bunch of fish there. Maybe they would have had something cool to put in my little outdoor totes.
Alright, this is my favorite pleco. This is a rhino pleco. I like this one a lot. I got one myself with my Oscars. It's pretty cool. This is I don't know what type of pleco. I'm gonna call it. It looks like the fish. What is it? The starry night fish? I don't know what L number it is. If I had to guess, I'm gonna call it the L 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, these are chromies. I've never actually seen anybody have them. And widow thing. What's it called? Fish is called. It's gonna kill me. It's another type of pleco. Florida gar. Frontosa. It was called a widow frontosa. That's what it was called. Some little rainbows. I believe those are a mating pair. I don't really dig these fish, but I'm really liking the wood upside down like that. I might have to use that. Oh, I did a video actually. I'm gonna put it in the description above. You see that clown loach right there? It's very unusual patterned clown loach. In there with the roseline barbs. You gotta love the Congo tetras. That's a nice, and this is a good example of shoaling. These are not schooling fish, but they do shoal, but they all seem to be schooling. But yeah, what else we got? Oh yeah, and check out these also in the video that I'm gonna put in the description. I mean the card up at the top. What fish store is not complete with mixed Africans. Also very colorful. These are, I mean, I don't have any. I used to, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe one day. More Africans now. See, these are the predator haps. Obvious. Look at that. I like that. The Malawi eye biter. I love. That's a OB Malawi eye biter. I like that one. What else we got? Ooh, I think they call this like a blue sapphire. Beautiful fish, beautiful. Definitely a show tank fish, you know, like a main fish, another Malawi eye biter. But that sapphire is definitely like a display fish. Those OBs, you can't really go wrong with OBs. A whole tank full of OBs will look cool. another different type of Malawi. As you can see, I kind of like the Malawi eye biter. Plus, it's cool to say that you have a fish called the Malawi eye biter. I mean, who doesn't love that? What else we got here? We got some tangs, or fish from Lake Tanganyika. Some of the smaller of the African cichlid family, calvises and lalupes, Julies right there. If you ever thought about getting African cichlids, but you didn't want a big tank, you might want to look into the tangs. There goes another frontosa. You might want to look into the Tanganyika fish, because they don't grow as big, and they take a long time to grow. So you can have a fairly small tank with a lot of them in there, and you don't have to rush out and get a new tank right away because they outgrown it, like some of the other bigger Malawi fish. So that's one of the pluses with Tanganyikas. There's a rainbow, a better representation of what their color should be, but it's kind of like laying down at the bottom. I'm not. Oh, and that's a Mayan cichlid right there. I was almost gonna run home with this fish. I almost got it, but I wasn't feeling the price, to be honest with you. I know they get them wild out here. I wasn't feeling it. And this one, look, this one is African river fish from the Congo and stuff, and he was very, very personable. I think it's some type of a goby, but yeah, apparently this thing has come back because of aggression, so I don't know. This is a freshwater eel. This is actually a true representation of what the eels, when you think of an eel, you think of the saltwater eels and not the, long nose fire eels. So that one's kind of like the saltwater ones with the mouth and everything. And there's a lungfish. They eat gross. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest, 100%. If I had the money, this would come home with me. This guy was, you can't really tell, but he was a good foot long for $100. That's actually a good price for this fish. And I was really tempted to get it and try and figure out a way to tell, not tell Maida. Hopefully she wouldn't figure it out. So, was that a albino arowana? I just like saying arowana. I think that's half of the reason why most people get this fish, is because they can say arowana. It just makes you happy to say arowana. What else we got next? Oh, okay, now check this out. This is called a beanie eye cichlid, and I made the mistake of asking Scott about this fish, and I didn't put the eye part. I just called it a beanie cichlid. And man, people who correct you drive, it's actually pronounced a beanie eye. Well, it gets pretty big, so he didn't come home with me, but it gets big. Rainbows for all you rainbow people. What else we got? Some Corey. Now check this out. This fish room tour was a little difficult to do because all their tanks are acrylic, and the store has been around for a long time. So the acrylic, as you can tell, you see the blurriness. That's not the camera. That's because the acrylic needs to be buffed out. But he runs a store, right? So it's not like he could just close down an entire section to buff out the acrylic. Look at these guys. I think One Fish, Two Fish would like these guys. I can't remember what they are, but hey, look at those. I got some of those. I like those, the geos. I've been on a geo kick lately, so.
Then again, I'm always on the lookout for something to accommodate, to accent my angels. But I'm not gonna buy nothing. In the net we go. You know I bought something. Come on now. You know I bought something. Alright, so I had to get something. I just couldn't leave my angels hanging. I actually been looking for a keyhole cichlid for a while. And there it is, a little keyhole cichlid. It'll go great with my angels. Listen, guys, you know how important it is. And these angels, by the way, in my last video I did
I got these angels from Tiffany White. Look at that one. Look at that one. See, that's a good thing about getting marble angels. Marble angels are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Look, we even got a pearl scale in there. So anyway, yeah, the keyhole cichlid, he's right next to that Geophagus, the redhead Geophagus. I was lucky enough to get one of those. I got those from Consolidated, a video prior to my Tiffany White video. But yeah, I'm gonna do a spotlight on the keyhole cichlid. I think it's an unsung hero. Hey, listen, I did a bonehead thing, and some of you guys probably knows exactly what I did. I went ahead and put, where is it at? That guy who was not quarantined into this tank that is a quarantine tank, but I don't know what I was thinking, man. I put the keyhole cichlid into this tank, and these fish already been here for a week and a half in quarantine. So now I got to start the whole quarantine process all over again. These guys were almost home free, but because I added him, they're back to square one. So yep, lesson learned. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, and I got me a sumo loach. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Don't know thing one about the sumo loach. Daniel, the guy I went to the LFS store with, the tour with, he's familiar with them. He said they don't get much bigger than that, and I have them in here with my beta and a little black neon. And yeah, once again, I put a fish in a tank without quarantining it, so hopefully everything goes well for me. Cross your fingers and don't tear me up in the comments. And that's Rosie. She got a homemade haircut, just like everybody else is. Look at her hair. She looks like she got beat up. Rosie, did you get beat up? Yeah, you got beat up. All right, so there you go. That's what I got. I told myself I won't buy nothing, but how could I not? You know what I mean? And as you see, I got plenty of stuff I could be doing. That's for a later video, so you're going to have to subscribe, hit the notification bell to see what I do with this 40 breeder and these outdoor totes. Would you like for me to show you how I did these totes? I think it's really cool how I did them, and it gives me an excuse to make more of them.